A while ago, we did a couple of videos on how to deal with mean people. Someone wrote in and said, how do you deal with someone who doesn't even realize they're being mean? This is Reid from ReidAboutSex.com.
This is Cathy Bartulli from the IntimacyDojo.com.
And how would you deal with someone who probably doesn't realize they're being mean? I've had that happen where people mean well and they're giving me advice on whatever, how I'm walking, dressing, my weight, whatever. And they don't realize they're being mean, but it can come across sometimes as very judgmental or harsh.
Oh, well, there's the enlightened way to do this and the non-enlightened way. Would you like the non-enlightened way first?
Yeah, let's start that way.
That's when you're like, thank you so much for that valuable feedback. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the other way is to basically, the more enlightened way is to actually not take it personally. Like, to really be like, thank you. And just like, don't, like, whatever's going on for them that they think they have to be in your business, like in this situation, and give you advice on your weight, like, just don't even take it personally. Now, if this is a person that means something to you,
or you have to work with them,
or you work with them on a day-to-day basis, I would actually use the difficult conversation formula. Again, readaboutsex.com, go into the search bar, difficult conversation. And basically just be like, hey, there's something I want to talk to you about. Here's what I'm afraid is going to happen if I tell you. Here's what I'd like to have happen. So here are all these good things that I'm going to say that are true for me about what I want to have happen. And then, hey, when you offer me advice about my weight, it's actually not cool to me. So in the future, please just don't do that. Or ask if I'm up for feedback on my weight. Because, like, that's just not cool. And I want to tell you because I'm going to start thinking bad things about you if I didn't tell you. And this is where it's always really useful. And you deserve for me to be upfront and honest with you.
I find it also lands really well if you appreciate them, because generally people in that situation are doing what they think is right and good. They're trying to help. And so if you can appreciate them, I really appreciate that you care enough to share that. Often they can hear you better because they're not feeling misunderstood as much anyway.
Yeah. You could also kick them in the shin and just call them a meanie.
Yeah.
That's like the ultra unenlightened way of doing it. Don't do that. Don't take that advice.
Don't follow that advice.
Probably the first bit of advice I gave you probably shouldn't use that either. But most of this video is spot on.
If you can be really specific with them, that can help too. So if they're making jokes that occur as hurtful or cutting, if you can give them example when you said XYZ, because most people don't even realize what they're saying or how it might land on other people. And if you can let them know that, if you can give them specific examples of what they said, that can help them tune in and maybe work with you on it.
Yeah. The other situation too, and I'll just add this. If there's somebody who uses teasing as a means of bonding, like maybe they grew up in that kind of family where it's like police and cop humor or like Wall Street ball busting, if you're going to tell them, which I think you should, be like, hey, the way that you tease me as a means of showing that, camaraderie, I actually want to ask you if you can make an adjustment. Could you tease me about how awesome I am?
Yeah.
Rather than, and just tell them, be like, because when you tease me about this, it's actually not cool for me. And I get that you're a teaser. So I just want to redirect that and pick a way for them to tease you that actually works well for you. Now, if they throw a hissy fit that you can't take it, then, and this might be hard for some of you who are shy, and even for those who aren't shy, you got to be like, listen, like, what you're doing now is intentionally being a dick. And that is really not cool with me.
Yeah.
And so you might have to get a little firm, but you're standing up for yourself. And don't let people walk over you. It's okay. And if you need some friends to back you up on this, then get some friends to cheer you on.
Yeah.
And have that difficult conversation. Or give me the person's phone number, and I'll call them, and I'll I'll come over there and kick them in the shins for you. How about that?
Yeah. If they do say something like you're too sensitive or you're overreacting, realize you get to feel the way you feel and how things land for you or what that's true for you. So you get to speak up about it and they don't get to decide how it gets to land for you.
Yeah. But I think the difficult conversation thing and a nice upfront trying to connect with them plea for not even a plea like I'm weak, but like, hey, heads up, that the way that you do that really doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
So how can we create a win-win? Hopefully that's going to work, and I'm sorry if that doesn't work for you and this advice gets you into more hot water. But for a lot of people, this kind of advice works well. Most people actually aren't out to be huge dicks in life. So good luck with this.
Yeah.
Leave some comments. Let us know how this advice works for you, how it lands on you. We really do want to know.
Yeah. Thanks for asking. We look forward to seeing you again.